This is good. Another episode. I'm gonna be honest with y'all though. Uncle Shay Shay, I seen what transpired. If that's what it take to get the podcast popping, I may have to forget my phone is on too. You know what I mean? I may just have to leave mine and be like, oh, oops. You know what I mean? If that's what we doing, because I seen how Unc capitalized off of it. He made sure that, he got everybody in there. He let people roast him and all that good jazz. I'm just trying to be successful.
Yeah.
So I'm doing what successful people do.
And he dropped merch.
And he dropped the merch. So you hip to all this. See what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, now, Mark, you good? Esai, you good? You in there with your church outfit on? Bro, you look good, brother. Got a business meeting. Rehma, you good?
I'm great.
All right, man, let's do this. Welcome back to the I-70 podcast. It is your boy, Jonathan Little, a.k.a. John. And make sure you like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell, man, so y'all get these good episodes, man. We trying, you know what I'm saying? My dog, he got a business meeting later, trying to get us some funding. Hey, man, we finna do the damn thing. My bad. I'm giving up the game. My bad. Sorry. Anyway, with this guest I got in here today, okay, I'm excited because this is the first, I like to do different guests. I don't like to stay on the same type of guest because I like to learn things about people. I like to talk to people from different walks of life, different businesses, and things of that nature. And this individual that I got sitting to my right is an international hustler, okay? International entrepreneur. She do her thing from USA all the way across that big piece of water on over to Tanzania, man. You know what I'm saying? This individual is the founder and CEO of her own company, Blue Vital USA, Tanzania Sea Moss. Y'all can get that right now. While you listen to the intro, you can go and pull your phone up. You can get that on Amazon and Shopify, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Look, let me keep going. If you're in Kansas or Missouri, there are pickup and delivery options. You know what I'm saying? It's a little closer because that's where she, her home base. So, you could, your options are a little different. Okay, and also content creator. I love the videos that you put on your Instagram of you traveling back to, going over to the motherland, getting your things together. So she also is a content creator. Okay, if you don't know who I'm speaking of, Rehma Blakey is in the building. How you doing, sweetie?
I'm doing well. Phenomenal intro. Thank you.
Thank you. You know what I mean?
You did well at that.
I rehearsed it.
It was excellent.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Now, I always like to get into people's backstory.
Sure.
Okay. Where are you from?
All over KC.
Oh, Lord. How many elementary schools? Did you go to a bunch of elementary schools?
I went to 3.
Okay. Ooh, how many I go to? 4, but it's for disciplinary reasons.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, I was a little bad little motherfucker. Okay. I've overcome, though, through the grace of God.
Yeah. Now we're here.
Uh-huh. And now growing up, let me ask you another thing I like to ask. If individuals who saw you growing up, whether it be middle school, high school, could they have seen this coming?
Absolutely.
Okay. And why? And you say absolutely. Why is that?
I think just it was a destined path.
Yeah.
And they always told me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I believed it, and then I started to execute it and lock in and became it.
Now, did you grow up around entrepreneurs? Were there entrepreneurs in the family that kind of gave you that push, or did everybody just work and do the regular 9-to-5 thing?
My mom and dad are serial entrepreneurs.
Ooh, shout out to mom and dad. That's what I'm talking about.
They're amazing. Jesse and Swansell Blakey. I am a combination of them.
We got claps. It's going to be on there. Now, so just keep on speaking to that. So just seeing those two and taking things from mom and pops, did you always know, okay, I'm going to grow up and be an entrepreneur as well?
Absolutely. So my mother, her salon, she was a cosmetologist for 30 years.
Okay.
And so her salon was actually right here in KCK.
Hey, now.
On 5th Street, Swan Salon did so well, and it serviced the community, not just in hair, but she was a person for the people.
Yeah.
And so you learn that in entrepreneurship, that it's more than just, about the money.
Right.
And then my father, he had me selling our, one of his partners' chili starters.
Chili?
Oh,
man.
I was vending at maybe 13, 14 years old in the Price Choppers by myself in Walmart's sampling products. So, yeah, I think it's in my blood at this point. That's
right. And now, at that young of an age, were you still just doing it, or did you already have a passion for it? Or you were just doing it because Pops was like, hey, go do this for me?
No, it was, he saw it in me, he brought me along, and I loved it.
Yeah.
I loved having money.
Yeah.
I loved being able to, go buy shoes and not have to ask mom and dad for it.
Oh, we all went through that. Ooh, man. Yeah, that's right. And then like, now what was the split? Was Pops just giving you a little something to go buy you some shoes, or was he like, no, look, I'm gonna show you how business is done?
No, I clocked in, I clocked out. I received a paycheck. I didn't get it same day. I remember that first time ever vending. Yeah. I had my table, had my setup, and it was all over. I worked super hard. I'm tired. I'm like, when do I get paid? Yeah. He's like, oh yeah, they'll cut the check next week. I'm like, what?
Think you're gonna get that money right away?
Exactly. Yeah. So no, definitely saw entrepreneurship from just a very early age.
And were they also, while they're showing you, was mom and pops like pushing you towards that, or were they saying, hey, you can go to school and get you a job, but you can also do this entrepreneurship thing, or like did they just play in the middle of it all?
As far as like career, my parents really didn't speak to career a lot. Okay. They were just really, they were very intentional about driving purpose.
Got you.
And whatever fell in my lap from seeking purpose, I think they would be okay with that. Yeah.
I mean, I want to say, that's a beautiful story. Shout out to mom and pops, because I just think that's important. You know what I mean? Because I mean, growing up, when we was kids, all we saw was our parents. So what you put in front of these babies is what they gonna see. This young. Go ahead.
My dad did want me to play basketball,
though. Okay, pops. Now I'm getting to where you're going.
He did want me to pursue hoops.
Can you hoop? Tell the truth now, because your middle school, elementary school teammates gonna. Okay, all right.
Absolutely. I tore my ACL, MCL, and meniscus twice.
Ooh, that'll do it.
Competitive AAU basketball, and so I toured my 8th grade year, and then I toured again the following freshman summer, and it just at that point it was like we need to be able to walk. So you might have to hang it up.
You went through. Because I tweaked my meniscus, and I can only imagine how that felt. You tore yours? Yeah. Was it all in the same injury, or you was just?
Yeah, no, same injury. I was going up for a layup, got sideswiped, boom, hit the ground. ACL, MCL, and meniscus.
Do you remember the young lady?
I remember.
You ain't got to say her name. Do you remember?
I remember her.
I
remember
too.
The gym. I remember the team. I remember the refs. I remember it all.
I know that's right.
Traumatizing, man.
Now, how often do you still think about it from time to time? Do you watch basketball and be like, damn?
I stopped watching basketball so much so because you have that like want to get out there. Yeah. And so I'm still an athlete. Right. But I don't play ball. Yeah. I know my limits.
That's how I ain't gonna lie to you. When college football ended for me, I did the same. I stopped watching football for like 2 years. Yeah. I just couldn't watch it. Like I was like, man, I can't stomach this shit. I was hurt. Yeah. My feelings hurt. Oh, family. Oh, what up, Pops? Pops, Mia, homie over there. What's up, player? Now, look, back to what we got going on. I like to speak to people when they walk in. I'm sorry. Absolutely. I can't control myself.
Raised right.
That's what I'm...
Raised right.
See, this is going to be an episode of good, down-home, Midwest manners. Okay, now let's keep this going. Okay, now, but growing up, you experienced your own health issues during your teenage years.
Definitely.
And is this post-basketball?
It was all during it.
Okay.
It was all up in the mix.
And I was in the resource room, so the two illnesses you came down with, I can't pronounce them, I know I'm going to mess them up. Could you just break that down for us, the two illnesses you went through in your early stage, in your teenage years?
Yeah, hyperthyroidism and hypothyroidism. Okay. It was like in my younger adult years.
Okay, got you.
But when I was a teen, it was hyperthyroidism and Graves' disease.
Okay, and this, for individuals who don't know what those are, just break it down briefly what each of those are.
So hyperthyroidism is an overactive thyroid where your body produces too much of the thyroid hormone. And then Graves is an eye disease, and it just basically caused my body to build up antibodies. Okay. And caused me to lose my sight, and it was just caused a lot of inflammation. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And
so, and you dealt with those, and I'm sure you took, the regular remedies and medications and things of that nature growing up, and it didn't fix the issue, or did it fix the issue and did it come back? Just how did regular medication do for those issues?
So autoimmune diseases were, of course, common, but not amongst people my age.
Gotcha.
And so it went undiagnosed or misdiagnosed for a very, very long time. It was like, it's allergies, it's this, it's that. And my parents just kept trying because nothing was working. Mm-hmm. And they were just sending me home, like, take Benadryl. Yeah. So, one day a nurse came in to the ER. I'd been to the ER maybe like 20 times. Right. In 1 month.
Ooh,
and
trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and the nurse came in. She saw my parents crying, and like I was crying, and she was like, "Have your labs been tested for thyroid disease?" And I was like, "No."
Right.
And so it was a godsend, and that's how we found out that I had it, and went on to find better treatment.
Mm-hmm. Now, is this that illness, those things, you know, those trials and tribulations you was going through with your health? Is that what led you to CMOS?
Yes.
Now, can you
everything's led me. Okay. Everything so far has led me to CMOS.
Gotcha. Now, can you remember the first time you ever heard of CMOS?
Absolutely.
Talk about it, please.
First time I ever heard of CMOS, it literally went like over my head.
Okay.
And then the second time it went in my ear and out the other.
Okay.
I was wonderful. Like, yeah. Oh, CMOS is dope. Okay, cool. I'm about to hit the gym and I'm about to keep doing, you know, what I'm doing. I was so locked in on what I was doing at the time.
Right.
Yep. It sat in the fridge and it spoiled, and I was like, oh.
So you went and bought you some?
Someone gifted me, or gifted my brother-in-law.
Okay.
It was me, my sister, and my brother-in-law. Okay. And he was like, hey, sis, I got the CMOS, like, let's try it. He was on it.
And now, can you remember about what year this was?
This is so funny, the irony of it all, right? This was before I went to Africa, so maybe I say 2020?
That magical year. Let me tell you, I always say this with all my guests. The stories we're going to be able to tell our grandbabies about 2020.
Yeah.
I mean, it's gonna be stuff of legends. I swear. I'm sorry to cut your wisdom.
No,
okay. So 2020 come,
absolutely.
and you just now, when you pack everything up, you go to Tanzania, you go to Africa, are you going there to seek CMOS, or was it just something you just?
No.
Okay, all right.
Absolutely not. Yeah. I was not going to seek CMOS. I'll let you finish what you were going to
No, that's basically it, because that's basically what I was getting to, like what brought you to CMOS.
Okay.
But I mean, you explained your health and everything.
So definitely, okay, so I was going to Africa simply, my parents had moved there.
Hey.
Yeah, my parents moved to Africa, and it was either 2019 or 2020. And then I followed suit in just like my pursuit of a better quality of life. They were like, you got to come out here. And I was like in a relationship and like pursuing another business venture with him. And was like, no, I'm going to make it work here, but like I'll come visit. And then I went out there to go visit, and I fell in love with it. And then I continued to go back and forth. So I was going from Africa back to the States, back to Africa, back to the States. And then it was that last go around, or maybe like three trips back from now, that I found CMOS.
I heard that. Now, how did you find it? Okay, because I mean, from my little extensive research, you could find it in Ireland, the Bahamas, Tanzania, and different places.
Yeah.
What made it to where were you in town, just networking and stumbled upon CMOS? Like, how did it come about as you were in Africa?
Sure. Okay. I was actually having like a little get together. Okay. So I was really like, I was actually going through like a healing journey.
Gotcha.
So then I like decided to have like a little party at my house, and I was like, let's connect with some people. You know, I'm in a foreign country. I've now made friends, and I just invited a few people over. So we had like a little kickback, and this businesswoman named Rishi. She's phenomenal. I credit her to all of what Blue Vital is.
Shout out to you.
Shout out to you.
We love you.
Romano.
We love you.
She's amazing. She's so amazing. This young Tanzanian woman, she was like, you should try CMOS for like your cramps. And I was like, okay, sis, sure. And so I'm vibing, I'm entertaining, I'm hosting. And then she comes back around and she's still talking to me about CMOS. And I'm like, girl.
No, you need this.
You need this. And she goes, you know what? I'm just bringing you a free jar.
Okay.
So she actually has a delivery driver. Okay. Get on a bike the next day and drop off CMOS to my doorstep. That's how they do it over in Tanzania.
That's what I'm talking about.
Phenomenal.
Shout out to you. So
yeah.
I mean, that had to be God. You know what I mean? Because like you said, you wasn't even, you throwing the little function.
Exactly.
And you kind of letting it go over your head when she first offered
you. Again, because I remember the CMOS that molded in the fridge before. So.
And now, you don't want to, and as a black man, I wanted to ask you this question.
Yeah.
Because from, watching Instagram, I see how beautiful it is over there. Yeah. But unfortunately, we're fed, images of, Africa and all the countries in Africa as these downtrodden, living in huts. But like watching your Instagram, you see a beautiful city. So going over to Africa, I mean, I know moms and pops was already there, so you kind of had insight, but like, were you going over there with those same teachings that we get taught here in America about what Africa looks like?
Yeah. Okay, so coming from a family who, I guess my parents are trailblazers to even move over there.
Absolutely.
So I definitely did not share the same sentiments as majority, I would say, of Black folks.
Gotcha.
But it still rocked my world.
Yeah.
It still was mind-blowing to see the development and the excellence, and even just kind of the things that were true,
right,
and then things that were not opposite, but like completely down the street and around the corner.
Right.
Misinformation. We have been fed a ton about Africa.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It's there are poor people.
Just like anywhere else.
Here we go. There are huts. Mm-hmm. There are ghettos.
Yep.
But they just don't show the beauty. They really don't. And I would say that there's more beauty even in the poverty. Mm-hmm. It is gorgeous. Yeah. Those impoverished people and those, quote unquote hungry people, or, folks with the mismatch. What is it? Mismatch or mismatch?
See now. See, I don't like that because I say mix match.
I say mix match.
So here we go. We good.
A Black woman.
Man, y'all know we'll come up with our own words. Absolutely.
With the flip flops that don't match.
There we go.
They are happier than us.
Well,
itis.
You know about itis? You just learned it from David. Itis. What the hell is that?
Yeah, it's like where you eat and then you go into like a food coma.
Must be some Kansas shit.
It's a Black thing, but I think it has like racial, like what is it? Backgrounds. Like,
see, bro, you bringing in shit up in the interview, brother. There, I didn't research, so now I'm looking like the fool now.
No, yeah,
letting my people down.
It's like derogatory. It's. I guess we're not supposed to use the word anymore.
Yeah. See, look, that's the shit I'm talking about. See. During this vital time in the country where things is left and right, you gonna bring some mess up
right before the election,
right?
Stirring up racial tension.
That's right. That's how you get the votes, ain't it? Right? So now look. Okay, let me continue this.
Yeah.
So.
Sorry, I was on a tangent.
No,
I don't
we
even
good.
know where I was at.
We got nothing but time. So,
okay.
So she brings you to CMOS because I really want to get this story out.
Sure.
She brings you to CMOS, and then. At what moment do you go, okay, I'm going to look into it?
Yes. Okay. So I'll just tell the story really short.
Please, go ahead. Oh, no, you got time.
Kick back. She presents the CMOS. Mm-hmm. She gives me a free jar because we love free stuff and we're more open to free stuff.
Yes, ma'am.
And trying it. I'm like, I don't have to buy it. She just hooked me. Yeah. And then I took it that night. My mom and I both took it. We woke up the next morning and we looked at each other and we were like, do you feel amazing?
Because that was one of my questions. How long did it take for you to...
Next day.
Yeah.
It was so... I felt like I felt great. I've lost all this weight. I've pursued just this life of health and wellness. I've gone through therapy. This stuff felt like it was the most substantial change. Yeah. Yeah. I went from literally feeling good to feeling great.
I'm telling you, I've tried it once.
Yeah.
And it was actually yours.
Yeah?
Yeah, a young lady, we won't say no names. She had your jaw, right? And I took a scoop, she let 2 scoops actually.
Yeah.
And I took it that morning, and I had never had that much energy.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this because she's on here. That's one of the reasons why I want to get on here to share my testimony. Okay.
Right. How'd you find me?
Yeah, no, that's a fact. Like a young lady put me on to you. You know what I mean? And I tried the mango. She had your mango flavor. Okay. And I ate it, and I just had so much energy all day. One thing, the biggest thing for me, I didn't want to just eat. You know what I mean? Sometimes you just want to eat all the time. But I had all this energy, and I really didn't need no food. I was on point the whole morning. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, if she said, yeah, this is going to be bomb, because I've actually tried the product.
I love that.
Yep.
I love that.
And that is the true story. I'm not capping for the cameras.
I didn't even know you had tried it. It's so lovely.
And and let me tell you something.
Shout out to the young lady.
There you go. You will remain nameless. But you're a good woman, though. I just want to tell the true story. I got the sea balls. But and when did you know you would go into the CMOS business?
Like maybe 3 days later.
Okay.
Well, I made it known to Rishi that it was on and popping 3 days later. But that morning, it was like, this got to go back to my people. Yeah. Because it was less of the business aspect and more of my people need this.
Absolutely.
I know so many aunts and so many cousins and friends and family that can just benefit from this wellness.
Yes.
Because I'm always sharing, like, whenever people inquire about my weight loss and how I overcame these diseases and ailments, because they've seen the change, and then I'll share. But this was something that, like, it felt like the best kept secret. Yeah. And not just because it was sea moss. Like, sea moss is over here in the States.
Right.
But it was the Tanzanian sea moss. Right. It was how potent and how clean it was. It was,
and that's what made you pick Tanzania, because like I said, there's other places, like you said, that here in the States, you picked Tanzania because it was just the cleanest and most potent out of, and during your research, it was the most cleanest and pure.
And because I was there. Right. I mean, like, that's why I know it was like a godsend. Right. Because I'm there, I'm living in this country, I have access to it, I literally have the source right here, and then I became, the source, and I thank God for that. And it was the best of both worlds in so many ways. Yep.
Now break this down, and I want you to break it down the simplest way you can.
Okay. Ooh.
What is sea moss?
Sea moss. Sea moss is a superfood. It's an oceanic superfood with 90 plus minerals in it. Okay.
And then within that, why do you think it's such a kept secret? Because with something that powerful, with it being a superfood, why is it such a kept secret, in your opinion?
Just because it's hard for people to conceptualize, how does this seaweed looking thing go from in the ocean to something that I can ingest and it'll actually change my life for the better, change my health for the better. Right. I think westernized medicine just really doesn't allow us to be that free thinking. Right. And so, that's what I'm here to do, is just to present it to a people in a way that's digestible, literally and figuratively. I want people to be able to understand it and then be able to, like, oh, okay, I can see myself taking these 2 scoops. And then it actually tastes good enough for them to get it down.
There you go. Because I was worried when the mango one is, I didn't have no problem getting that down. I had no problem at all. Now, with it being, like we were talking about westernized medicine and all that, do you truly feel like that's the reason why it hasn't blown up the way it needs to be, being that it's such a superfood that, the pharmacy wants to, hey, no, keep taking this, don't take that?
Absolutely. So, and just my personal experience, Synthroid, levothyroxine, those medicines, all they did was pacify my problem. Okay. My doctor actually told me I wouldn't be able to lose weight. My doctor literally looked at me when I was 2. I know. What's his name? Doc?
Doc. Damn it. We ain't gonna give you no pub.
If you're listening, Doc, look at me now.
Hey, what you doing? Hey, what you talking about?
Sea moss babe.
That's right.
130 pounds.
Yeah.
No?
That's right. Yeah.
I'm kidding. No hate in my heart for Doc. But he was right. Yeah. He was absolutely right. I was not going to lose weight on that. It was, they weren't preaching real solutions to me. They weren't presenting real solutions. They were pacifying me to be able to come back. Yeah. And I was just so tired of that. So my idea of westernized medicine, I definitely am grateful for, like, the surgeries that I've had and, the treatments that got me by. But we can incorporate nature, because all it is it's an imitation sometimes, or a duplication or replication of it. So.
And the biggest thing that I like about it is, for me, just how it deals with inflammation. Yeah. Because, and I'm no doctor, nothing like that, what I'm saying? But, as we get older, we start to learn our bodies and learn things like that. And inflammation is kind of at the core of a lot of things that we go through.
Absolutely. I tell people, you're not fat, you're just inflamed.
There you go. There you go. You just inflamed, baby.
You might be both, but, like, if we work on the inflammation, then you can really start to target different areas of your body and actually get some real change, versus just thinking that you're overweight and you're really just swollen from all that we're presented to eat in this country.
And now, for anybody, who's going through, they'll hear this and they understand, the weight loss you went through with the help of sea moss. At the same time, though, do you need both? Do you need to be living a healthy life and take the sea moss? Because some people probably take the sea moss and don't do nothing else. Yeah. Everything has to coexist with the sea moss.
For sure. Okay. And so I think just the way I found sea moss is a testament to what it does. Okay. So I was already living a decently healthy lifestyle. I have balance, guys. I am not a health freak. I'm not an extremist.
Me neither. Oh, Lord Jesus.
I'll take a sip of wine on that.
Go ahead. I'm with you.
Is that Chardonnay?
Indeed. I know how to treat my guests.
It's really good.
I treat my guests well over here. Oh, and let me say this real quick. She brought me gifts. You feel what I'm saying? My other guests, y'all need to catch up. You feel what I'm saying? This young lady brought me 2 gifts. She didn't have to by the grace of God and the goodness in her heart. She want to see John win. She brought me 2 jars of the superfood, man. Yeah. And I'm grateful. So I want to thank you for bringing that.
I didn't know you tried it, but
I did.
Either way, yeah, I appreciate you for having me on here. So thank you.
I appreciate you coming.
Shout out to mom and dad. You don't show up empty-handed.
That's what I'm saying. Shout out to mom and dad. You know what I mean? Shout out to y'all. Now, did mom and pops ever try sea moss before you got into it?
Well, my mom tried it with me.
Oh, okay, that's right. But
Yeah.
pops had never tried it.
No, and now my dad takes it regularly.
Got you.
Yeah, he doesn't like the plain kind.
Okay.
He's not a fan of the plain.
Okay.
But that's why I have flavors.
Okay, and that's a good point. When you tried it for the first time, did you know, okay, I'm going to put some flavors in it to make it a little more enjoyable? Okay.
No, because of like the change. It was like, you know what? I'm one of those people where it's like, if I know it's good for me,
Gotcha.
and I saw what it did. I literally went from like so swollen to like 2 days later, I was like, yo, who is she?
Yeah.
Who is she? She ready? And then, I was like, oh, man, it don't need to have anything in it. Now, I did, like, chase it with water.
Okay, gotcha.
That was just, like, my best, or the best way to take it. But, like, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now, and then, so I'm trying to get there. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, man. I struggle with that, too. You know, the whole you eating for function, not for taste. I'm still trying to get there, y'all. You feel what I'm saying? Because I like the way shit tastes. I'm not gonna lie. You know what I'm saying, Mark? I be trying to just eat the egg whites and all that with no... You know what I mean? No, nothing. I can't do that shit, bro. I'm trying, bro. You know what
Can I speak to that?
Please, go ahead.
It is literally a chemical in your brain, and it's that's being activated based on like the preservatives and the fake foods that you're being given.
Gotcha.
So it's not your fault.
Okay.
And I think if more of us knew that, like our addiction, like, oh my, I just have to have cheese. You do, like your body's telling you that you have to have cheese because it's literally a drug. It's literally something in it that's telling you that you have to have it.
Right.
And I learned that from just going over to Africa. My brain and my body doesn't even function the same way. I see life in a totally different, literally, I see clear over there. My skin glows differently over there. It's like,
I'm going.
It's a whole new world.
Yeah. Now, would you recommend, and it is a point I just want to throw in, would you recommend all us at least taking a trip to the motherland? You know what I mean? Us being black folks, just taking a trip just to see if ourselves.
If you can't get your attitude right, don't go.
I heard that.
If you're going to go as a cocky American, stay your butt at home.
That's right.
Because you're going to dilute what they've built. You're going to dilute the camaraderie, and they've got their fair share of cultural and societal issues.
Right, as we all do.
I would not recommend for us to go over there with our pride. If you can get that together,
yes, ma'am. Because
it's not just about us accepting Africa and liking it. Mm-hmm. It's about Africa liking you.
That's right.
And we don't ever want to speak to that part.
And that's big, man. Like, I just for me, it started for me early on, just when I was in high school. And I ran track. We had so many kids who was fresh from Africa, you know what I mean, on the track team running marathons, 800s, and things like that. And we had these talks about the disconnect. Yeah. I've always been a talker, y'all. You know what I mean? My whole life. It's just, by the grace of God, I'm doing podcasts now. But I've always liked to learn from people. You know what I mean? And I would talk to my homeboys on the track team. They would be like, no, bro, it's a disconnect. Like, you know what I mean? And we was kids, though, so we really couldn't articulate what the disconnect was. But now that we grown, I would love to have those conversations now just to, really see what the disconnect was. So definitely. I appreciate you saying that, for sure.
Welcome.
Now,
Absolutely.
A question I want to ask is, how do you spot fake sea moss?
How do you spot fake sea moss?
Because what if somebody's out here just selling something they like, the sea moss? Like, is there any type of things we should be looking out for? Is it hard to spot the fake stuff? I'm
just going to say buy Blue Vital, and you don't have to worry about it.
You ain't got to worry about nothing. We nationwide with it.
Tap into that Tanzanian sea moss.
Look,
we ship to 50 states. And then you don't even got to worry about it. I don't even want to get into the blue moss.
I like that. So my question, disregard that, because if you ever find yourself worrying about it, Blue Vital. You know what I mean? Don't even worry about it. The good stuff, the purity. Okay. Now, can you remember packaging up your first jar?
Absolutely.
Go ahead, please break that story down for me, please.
Oh man. Okay, so I just came back to America.
Mm-hmm.
I smuggled my first 20 kilos of sea moss over the.
That's what I'm talking about. This is real stories going on.
Smuggled, packaged it up and got it through customs
with no problem.
Yeah,
that's what we do.
Like that, kicking down obstacles.
That's right.
So boom, it's made it to the States.
Okay.
I was just so happy it was in my friend's living room.
Got you.
So shout out to Shira Yates.
Shout out to you.
My friend, she told me, hey, sis, I had a dream that you were going to be running your business out of my home. I had left America. I thought I was gone for good.
Yeah.
She had a dream. I came back here with that dream. I'm in her crib.
Okay.
Her blender. Her weight scale. Resources, y'all. Don't be afraid to use your people.
Shout out to real friends, man.
Shout out to real friends.
Shout out to real friends. That's a beautiful story.
Shout out to her answering the call that she had to, and just really taking that serious and presenting it to me and really believing in me. Right. I'm so grateful.
Man, shout out to you, baby, because that's big. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I'm so glad because I hate when I hear entrepreneurs not speak about using their resources.
Man.
And everybody got want this story. Oh, man, I did it myself. Anybody help me?
Yeah.
Relax.
Chill.
Relax.
Chill.
It's not real. I'm sure somebody did it by themselves, but it's not common. Everybody needs some help.
If you've done it by yourself, you've made it harder for yourself.
That's what I'm talking about.
I don't recommend anyone, no matter how much money you have, to do it by yourself. I think even for me in my personal life, why would I do this by myself? Why would I not embrace the opportunities that come with community now? Yeah.
Man, that is beautiful there.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to ask you, because it's an important topic that I've experienced with doing this podcast, is walking in your purpose.
Yeah.
You feel like, and you said at the beginning of the interview, everything has brought you to this point. Everything in your life has brought you to, Blue Vital. What does it truly feel like to be walking in your purpose and doing something that you feel like God has placed in your life and wanted you to do all this time? I know that's a heavy question, but I deal with it on a daily, so I wanted to ask you about it as well.
Every day feels like Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Every day feels light.
Yeah.
And I think it just comes with gratitude for knowing how hard I worked and how hard it had to be when I wasn't in my purpose.
Yeah.
And just how long the hours felt.
Yeah.
And how short the checks felt to me, and how much I felt like I needed to just have, because everything I was doing, or none of what I was doing was purposeful, I guess.
I got you. I hear you.
But it's one of the greatest feelings I've ever felt, and it encompasses everything.
Yes, ma'am.
I work all day. I work 24/7. This is work. Going to the grocery store is work, because when you're in your purpose, you got jobs and you got work. And so I feel like I'm in my work every single day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I wanted to ask her that because for me, it's crazy because you were saying the CMOS went in one ear and out the other, went over your head all these times. And I tell this story almost weekly just with the podcasting. I told them no. When they first was like, hey, bro, you want to do a podcast? I was like, nah, I'm cool, bro. That ain't my thing. You know what I mean? And it took friends to go, nah, bro, that's you. Because, your friends know you. They kind of see you in a different light. So, when I would tell my friends and family, man, this motherfucker want me to do a podcast, bro. That ain't me. Everybody had the same reaction, nah, bro, that is you. And you just articulated so well. This never feels like a job to me. Yeah. I love coming in here. I love sitting down with people that I don't know, talking to them. I love researching y'all and researching what y'all into. The whole process of this whole podcast thing. Because I know some individuals, they'll just turn the camera on and just talk about any and everything. You know what I mean? You
are in your purpose. You do such a great job.
Thank you.
I did a little research myself. I tried not to spoil the experience.
Right, I got you.
Right? But I was like, I kind of do want to see who's going to interview me. And that got me even more excited. Yeah. Because you do take it seriously and you are doing a great job. So
I appreciate that, man. See,
round of applause to you. Round of applause to all y'all.
That's what I'm talking about. No, and I just think that's so important. I just think everybody in life. And I don't really know how to even explain how to get to your purpose, because mine kind of just came to me like yours just came to you.
Sure.
You know what I mean? So I just want to implore everybody to at least try to seek what your true purpose is in life. Because, it's a beautiful feeling. Because, when I could do this in my sleep, I wake up out of what podcast interview because one, I've always loved to talk. And unfortunately for us in school, that was kind of shunned upon by our educators, unfortunately. You know what I mean? Me being able to talk and me being willing to talk in front of people, I would have been a great public speaker as a young man because I would always, I want to talk, you know what I mean? And my teachers would get on me, I do talk too much. But it's people paying for that now, y'all. You know what I mean? It's people paying big money.
You're using it for good.
Thank you. Because I could be on here to spread nonsense.
You absolutely, and you see that.
Oh, absolutely.
And so purpose is really tied into your abilities.
Yeah.
It's those things that, everyone kind of calls out.
Yeah.
Like my family was always like, Rehma, you always know how to fix someone. You always know how to heal somebody.
Yeah. I
was really shying away from the word healer. But my parents were always like, you always know what to put on. You always know the tea tree oils and the vitamin E oils and where to go and don't get that brand and don't do that and, put this on at night and cover it up. They knew and they called that out in me. And so whenever CMOS fell into my lap and I look back in hindsight, I'm like, that makes sense. So I think purpose is so tied into your natural abilities, but it is all about your heart posture and how you plan to use it.
Yes, ma'am.
That's how I found purpose.
I heard that. No, you speaking to the gospel because you ain't saying nothing that ain't true, at least for me. Somebody else may have a different story, but that's
if
it for
anyone
me.
needs help finding their purpose, I'm going to give you one resource.
Okay.
Dr. Miles Monroe.
I'm going to have to, where my damn notes at? Mark, type it down.
Dr. Miles Monroe changed my life.
How so? Just dive into that real quick for me.
Oh my gosh. I was a server working at Old Chicago. I left
That's my
a relationship.
jam.
I left a job. Old Chicago.
I love Old Chicago. I'm not going to lie.
It's really
I
good.
love Old Chicago.
Shout out to Old Shy, my people at Old Shy. Love them.
Love y'all. Took many a dates, you know what I'm saying, at Old Chicago, man. Mark, you ever tried Old Chicago?
Their happy hour is good.
Man, Old Chicago is it, bro. And I'm from St. Louis, so they got that thin crust tavern piece up in that joint. Okay, I'm giving out my pimping. Let me be quiet.
Yeah.
Let me hush. So somebody go hit me up. You never took me.
You can't be giving away the dates.
My bad. I messed it up. I'm sorry.
No, but I was working at Old Chicago, and I remember I was getting up and I was going to work, and I knew this is after I came back from Africa.
Okay, gotcha.
First time. So I've seen all this beauty. I've seen all these hustlers in the motherland, just like they're in their purpose. Like the man selling coconuts, the woman selling the Dada dresses. Like I saw purpose in these people.
Yeah.
Something that gets them to work these long hours. It has to take purpose, and they're doing it with a smile.
Absolutely.
And I'm like upset about a 4-hour shift at Old Chicago, and I was like, God, I need something fulfilling. And it was just like that, trying and learning. And it led me to Dr. Miles Monroe. And after that, he gave me gems and keys that unlocked so much for my life.
Miles Monroe, hold on. Damn that, because I don't trust Mark. Miles Monroe. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. Oh, see?
Yeah, he passed away.
R.I.P. Blessings to your family, you know what I'm saying? Condolences, you know what I mean? And for you, listening to him working at Old Chicago, that's when the switch came.
Yeah. I started listening to him in the car. There was no more music.
Got you.
It was only him that I was flooding myself with, and the principles and the laws that he lives by and he teaches, game changers.
I hear that.
Yep.
I hear that.
Yeah.
Woo! And then that goes to show that, you seek outside counsel, if you will.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? A lot of people, we try to just isolate ourselves, but ain't nothing wrong with using your resources. Seek some help, man. As individuals with blueprints on how to, everybody's life is different, but we kind of all walk the same path in a sense. You know what I mean? So that's beautiful.
For sure.
Shout out to the doctor.
Yes. My dad put me on him back in the day.
Yeah.
And then it resurfaced.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out Pops. Okay, now, a question I want to ask you is this.
Yeah.
CMOS is still, the best kept secret, right?
Sure.
Have you as a, CMOS entrepreneur, have you thought about what would happen if a company like a Johnson & Johnson or something was to get into the CMOS business? Definitely. And your thoughts on that is what?
Man, I think about that daily, but I don't let it discourage me from what I'm doing. I've recognized, the story is very important.
Yeah.
And so for my brand alone, that's definitely just something that I want to continue to emphasize is how I came across CMOS.
Mm-hmm.
But if Johnson & Johnson got their hands on it, I definitely don't think it would be anything good.
Right.
I think it would dilute the product a ton.
Because you know how giving them big companies get you.
For sure. But I mean, I just think the idea of holistic health, it remains untouched for a reason.
I heard that.
Because so many more, if Johnson & Johnson really starts to take CMOS and, implement it in its products, then there's going to be someone who's like, hey, I want 100% of this thing.
Yeah.
And so then I think they're going to be out the game that way. So, I really don't stay too focused on my opponent, though. That's how I lose.
I heard that.
So I'm just I've thought about it, but I don't let it get me too wrapped up.
I heard it. It's because I was thinking about it as I'm doing, putting my notes together. I'm like, damn, what happened? Because, the big companies do that. You know what I mean? They'll leave something alone for years. And as soon as it pop, they'll just jump right in with their resources and their money and dilute it, like you said. You know what I mean?
Now, I've thought about what happens when they want to buy me out.
Okay.
And it's not FDA approved for a reason. The FDA approves cancer-causing chemicals and dyes.
Yeah.
So my product really can't be touched. It really can't be regulated by like the health departments and things like that because they don't recognize it. They don't even acknowledge it.
Yeah.
And I would love for them to continue not to.
Exactly. Because we know that FDA regulation, y'all have approved plenty of shit for us to eat that's killing us.
It doesn't mean anything. So.
I'm going to get one of you motherfuckers on the podcast. Y'all need to be brought to the front of the congregation, goddamn it, because y'all approving shit that don't need to be approved. You know what I mean? Now, matter of fact, being over in Tanzania, the food quality and things like that, there is a difference, correct?
It's night and day. I lose weight effortlessly over there, okay?
Right.
Here, it's like freshman 15 and I'm working out.
I hear that.
It's insane. But the food, it's real food, so it digests well. You can eat sweets and, no, it's not right. Here we're so like, oh, is it packaged right? And what's the expiration? We have expiration dates on water.
Yeah.
We're so in consumerism that it's like that. So I'm over there and I'm eating street food and I'm like, I was asking my mom and dad, don't get me wrong. My first year, I was like, is this sanitary? My dad goes, so what's your idea of sanitary?
Yeah, Pop, there you go, Pops. That's what I'm talking about.
And it was a immune system trying. Let's say it was building over there, but it wasn't fake food.
Right.
Like I'd really rather eat, and this is kind of like, this is a bit facetious.
Okay.
But I'd rather eat food with a little bit of dirt on it than plastic.
I see where you're going with this. I like that.
That food with the dirt on it's going to digest.
Yeah.
And my immune system can handle it.
Yeah.
But that plastic is foreign, and it's going to give me all the diseases that you see today.
Excuse me. Yeah.
It's going to make me have a big back and be shaped like a fridge because my body is not supposed to consume these things. It's not food.
Yeah.
So we wonder why we look the way we look and why the people in Africa look the way they look. It's because they're consuming real food, not because they're starving.
Not because they're starving, goddammit. Yeah. Now, and I know you telling the truth.
I'm off my soapbox.
No, do your thing.
I'm serious about this.
Because for me, what started it off for me, my brother, he started playing pro ball. So, like, he would go overseas and, like, he'd be playing in Europe and things like that. And he was the first one to tell me, like, hey, bro, that shit we eating at home, that shit different. I'm like, damn, bro, what you mean? And he was explaining to me the digestive, properties and whatnot. Because he was just like, bro, when I eat over here in these different places, man, that shit come right out. You know what I mean? It don't stick to me. It just, and then, we grown. Your poop is different. You know what I mean? When you go to these different places. So he was the first one to kind of really teach me that, like, bro, in different places. Because, you hear these things, but when you go through it or somebody you close to goes through it, it kind of hit home. And my brother was like, bro, that shit we eating over there is fake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In a sense.
We're not, if we started to think like that, we wouldn't eat.
Right.
And that's why I was having difficulties. And that's why the motherland is now my home.
That's right.
Because knowing what I know now, it's like, I can't be over here full time eating this stuff. So, yeah.
And then being over there, like you said, you dropped your American pride and things of that nature. Did you get a welcoming feeling? Like,
Definitely. Caribou. Which means welcome. Caribou Sana, you're very welcome. That's what they said when I got off the plane. Welcome, Dada.
I'm going to Tanzania. I heard about it over there. I heard y'all be kicking it. And I've seen some videos too.
We do.
Yeah, I heard y'all be over there kicking it, having a good time. Yeah. And then because you still, they got bars and all that, you still gonna have you a good time.
My first year, me and my sister, what a time.
Oh, I'm gonna look.
What a time.
And the weather's wonderful, I assume. Is it hot? Be honest.
We are right below the equator.
Okay.
So it's about 87 every day.
Oh, that's my Steve's right there.
87 every day, and it's like that beautiful tropical 87 where you hear the ocean breeze and you feel the wind from the tide. When I wake up, go outside, it's like that fresh breeze. It just hits me. It's unlike any feeling.
I bet. Because look, I just started traveling like 3 or 4 years ago. I got on my first plane like 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm just so eager to get everywhere. You know what I mean?
Come, you're so welcome. And then all it is the plane ride. And then
How long is that plane ride though?
It varies.
15?
Oh no.
It ain't that long? Or
way longer. Yeah, you're in for a
Oh,
day.
hell no.
You're in for a day.
It's just look complete. Okay, now let's do this. Explain this. So you get to the airport. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got to go to the international joint. Where do you fly to first?
It depends.
Let's say you live in KC. You don't know. Yeah.
I've flown like back and forth maybe 5 times.
Okay.
So 4 times. So I've gone to Chicago, and then from Chicago I'll go to like Europe, or I'll go to Dubai, or I'll go to I make a stop there. Okay. And then I'll go to some country in Africa prior to. Okay. So I'll go to either like Ethiopia. Ethiopia was the first African country that I stepped foot on or in.
Did you just explore, or was you just hanging out at the airport?
I was just hanging out at the airport, but it's so different. So there's so much to see.
Right.
Everything you see is different. The signage is different. It says toilet instead of restroom.
The toilet.
I go to the toilet. Everyone's speaking a different language. People smell different. Like the environment is different. Like everything is just
different.
Just different.
So in total, what you were about 36 hours flight time?
Okay, yeah, that's what we're getting at. It can vary.
Okay.
Like 22 to 36, I think, is the longest that I've traveled.
I don't know, y'all. I'm gonna have to. Hey, look, I'm still a rookie at this flying shit. I mean, flying.
But they make it comfortable. The food's good on the planes. Fly KLM.
Oh, that's the one. I'm gonna try it, y'all, one of these times. I'm gonna take me a long trip. I mean, I never forget my brother. He flew where did my brother fly? To Tulsa. He's playing pro ball. He would fly everywhere, man. He was like, yeah, bro, flight 18 hours. I'm like, 18 hours? No,
it's lit though.
Is it? Shit, it better be for that long.
I love it. I love the travel. I love being in the air. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it feels good.
And then now let's get into just a few of the benefits with sea moss.
Sure.
And please correct me at any point if I'm wrong. It helps with skin.
Yeah.
Which is why, y'all know John's been trying to get myself together all these years. I'm trying to get my skin together, man.
You look good.
Thank you. I appreciate that, man. I got more work to do, but I got me some sea moss, so it's going to help. A little bit of hair growth it helps with.
Oh, my hair's so thick now. Oh, my goodness.
Now, this segment here is for the men out here. Just a quick second. You know what I mean? Because, we starting to get there in age, fellas. A lot of us, we starting to lighten up on the line and, losing a little hair here and there. Would sea moss help with that?
Complete hair restoration. Of course, depends on why you've lost the hair. Okay. But if it's a matter of lack of nutrients or hormonal imbalance, absolutely. Yeah.
Some of y'all just bald head, basically, is what she getting at. You know what I mean? Some of y'all just, it's genetics, bro. You ain't supposed to have your joint. You've been holding on to it too long. Just let it go. You know what I'm saying? But
genetics could be a passed down lack of nutrients as well.
See, now I just need to shut up, see? See, now she saved y'all. See, I'm trying to be rude.
Some of y'all just bald.
And some of y'all see what I'm saying? Look, some of y'all just bald, man. But make it work. You know what I mean? I'm going to need this sea moss and all the hems and all that because I ain't got no facial hair, y'all, so I can't go bald. And you only look good when you bald with facial hair. You know what I mean? I don't want to look like a camp counselor, Mark. You know what I mean? I'm out here looking.
Definitely skin and hair. Absolutely. Yes.
I know my limitations. Yeah, I know. Yeah, skin and hair. Okay, now this is a big one. Sip your wine real quick. I got a question for you. Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, I feel like I know which direction we're going.
You damn right.
I'm ready.
Here we go. Because like I said, this is for the men, okay? This is for y'all. I'm getting people in there to help us. You know what I mean? With men, okay? Can sea moss help with ED?
Yes.
See, fellas?
It can definitely reverse ED.
Okay.
In men and women, it's great for sexual health. Okay. Hormonal imbalance is like the number one cause of certain things.
Got you.
Along with just relieving stress and, it's like it just restores your body.
Yeah.
And so a lot of those parts don't work because there's a lot wrong. So
see, fellas, I got you.
2 scoops.
2 scoops daily.
Yeah, I get reviews, and I'm always kind of reluctant to post those reviews.
Oh, somebody telling you, hey, baby girl, thank you. You saved my life.
You saved
my
my
wife,
marriage.
we ain't stopped since you got the jaw out too.
Oh my God. And I quote, I feel like a 13-year-old boy. I said, huh?
Oh, he took him way back. Oh, and that might be a little dangerous. I don't want to. Whoa. You know what I'm saying? Look, Rehma, baby, I'm creeping up on Fetty. I don't, boy, I can only imagine if I reversed it back to the good. Mark, boy, I told you, I got us one today. You know what I'm saying? And no, you can't. Hey, did he leave with my CMOS? You watched him leave. He took my bag with him, did he? Okay, it better be. Yeah, I let him take my bag over there. Okay. He told me, let me get a scoop. How about you relax, brother? You know what I'm saying?
That is so funny.
And then now, a question I want to ask, like, an immediate change, you know, somebody might take it and, like, would it immediately, you know, switch up the bowel movement? Because, you know, some people may take it and think something's wrong.
Yeah.
What are certain things that'll happen as soon as you take certain effects that may transpire right away?
Definitely. So I would just say if you don't have an allergy to shellfish or an iodine allergy, or, you know, you're not pregnant. Pregnant women can take CMOS. But if you don't have those three things going on, let your body do whatever it does while taking something that you know is good for you.
Right.
We let our stomachs cramp up after we drink. We let our faces tinge up after we drink some alcohol. Mm-hmm. Let the body do what it needs to do after you put something good in it. Yeah. So if your stomach starts cramping, just drink some water. You'll be all right.
And for the ladies with, you know, going
trying to get it out.
Yeah.
If you're bloated, where do you think that bloating is, babe?
Well, you gotta get it out.
You gotta let it out.
And then, like, and let's say this: if I got a cold, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I got my nose stuffed up. I pop some CMOS in. It should get me right.
Exactly. Yep. Things will start to loosen up. You won't have more mucus. You'll have loosened up old mucus. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Definitely.
I'm out here trying to heal everybody. You know what I'm saying? This episode is all about we healing, baby. You know what I'm saying? For the men, I got to keep reiterating. That last question was for y'all, man. You know, make sure y'all go back, clip that up. You know what I'm saying? Send that to your lady, man. Ladies, you could get it for the men. Mm-hmm. You ain't got to wait. You can hit the pie. You can hit the...
It helps with women, too. It helps with fertility.
Ooh, okay.
I've had reports, definitely, of being able to conceive after taking CMOS. That CMOS made them fertile.
Look, y'all got to get in with it. It's the best kept secret for a reason. Okay. And then now, which flavor in your all the flavors are the best, but which flavor do you enjoy the most? Because I mean, you got multiple. So which flavor do you like personally more than?
So I've recently been on the ginger. As we enter into fall, ginger. I've been enjoying my 2 scoops of ginger. I would say the kind that absorbs the fastest and tastes the best is going to be that lime flavor.
Okay, got you.
Because it's not cutting through that fruit. But everyone else's favorite flavor is strawberry. Yeah. Strawberry is that girl.
I hear that.
And she was the first flavor that was absolutely trash.
What?
She was bad at first. Oh, my gosh.
Now, did you sell any of these?
All this has developed. Absolutely. Because I didn't wait for it to become perfect before I did it.
There you go. I love that.
I started. My dad said, do beta until you can do better. Mm-hmm. Do beta until you can do best.
Right.
Like, you literally have to, you can't wait till it's perfect to come out swinging. I think that in our culture and in our demographic.
Yes. Speak on it now.
We want everything to be perfect before it be presented.
Yes, ma'am.
I got to have this right. I got to have this right. Or I got to come out looking the best and be super fresh. And it's like, yeah, that's what's holding you back. Yeah. And that's simply just because of the opinions of others. Put that work in, do as much prep as possible, and then present it. Yeah. I did so much work on the back end because I still had like 3 weeks before I was coming back to the States. Mm-hmm. And I didn't just sit around waiting to go blend up some CMOS. After I connected with Rishi, she taught me how to blend. She taught me how to soak. She taught me about flavors. I had questions. I recorded. I did research on YouTube. I started to create Canva. Little documents just to post on my Instagram. And then I took pre-orders. I did all that I could do up until that point so I could come out swinging. And then it was just time to come out swinging. So the product has developed a ton.
That's right.
Yeah. Strawberry was trash.
Strawberry was trash.
Strawberry was so bad. I remember the girl tried it in front of me and she was like, it's good.
It's good.
Shout out to Janae.
Shout out to Janae. Listen, I'm telling you, that's why, sometimes, when I be going, like, when people be like, yeah, try this food, like, I would be like, man, I don't know, bro. Like, I don't want to try it in front of you. Because, people had a camera on, you go and try it. It's like, I can't, if something nasty, I can't hide my face.
I really want you to try the pie. Have you tried the pineapple?
No. Only one I took that scoop of was the mango.
The mango, okay.
But I mean, it's a chemical. You already taught me some stuff. It's a chemical joint. You know what I mean? I'm going to get past this chemical thing in my brain and just take it because I know it's good for me.
You will.
You know what I mean?
You'll start to see the benefits and your brain will automatically be like, yo, I need my 2 scoops.
Yeah.
Yep. When you see the benefits, you really feel it. Yeah.
No, I tell you what, this thing really got me feeling like I'm 13 again. Oh, I'm boy, hey, I will be leaving my review and testimony. Trust me.
I love it.
And then, now let me ask you this. When somebody gets it, you know, because she shipped to 50 states, so you can get it anywhere. You can get it up in Alaska, you know what I'm saying? When you get it, how should it be housed? Like, how should it be kept? Like, should I just, like, for instance, hypothetically speaking, should I get it and leave it on my counter?
No.
Okay.
It's perishable. You should keep it cold.
For refrigerator?
Refrigerator or freezer.
Okay, gotcha.
And so every jar comes with instructions, always. I like to just definitely inform the people because it's like medicine.
Right.
You know, you don't just get a bunch of pills. Be like, okay, what do I do with this? I take however many. No, you take 1 to 2 scoops a day. And then you put it in your fridge. You don't leave it out. Try not to use the same spoon. You can rinse in between, but then you can freeze it for 6 months or it can stay in your fridge for 3 to 4 weeks. We stabilize with vitamin C, which is just a healthy alternative to preservatives. And so if you leave it out, it is going to spoil because I do use organic fruits. You know, so
none of that fake stuff. Organic. It need to be housed correctly.
Absolutely. But if it comes in the mail, just put it in the fridge as soon as possible. But of course, there's instructions with every jar.
Look, first of all, she's on this healing. You know what I mean? She's healing people. You know what I mean? She's using her testimony to give you a testimony. You know what I'm saying? Y'all make sure y'all tap in, man. Make sure y'all tap in. Now, okay. Just one thing I want to ask. Okay, so how do you get to the sea moss? Okay, I'm assuming you got to get on a boat.
I do.
Okay, you get on a boat.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you got to drive to a certain location.
Yeah.
And they got to be pulled out of the water. Like, how do you get to the sea moss?
Definitely. So our sea moss is harvested in Zanzibar.
Okay.
So Zanzibar is, I don't know. It's not an island. It's like a archipelago.
Somebody look it up on Google.
What is it?
What you got, Mark? You got that?
Archipelago. You have it right. Yeah. Archipelago.
How the hell you know that?
What do you mean?
My bad. I forgot you the smart one. My bad. That's why you got to keep them around.
It's an archipelago. So it's not completely surrounded by water. That's what that is.
I thought that was
Oh, is that a peninsula?
That's a peninsula.
A peninsula, like Florida. So it's like covered by like three sides of the water is like a peninsula.
So is it the same thing?
It's not necessarily an island.
It's not necessarily an island. Yeah, it's because
form
you've got the mainland of Tanzania, and then you've got Zanzibar, which is Tanzania too, but it's an archipelago. So I'm not sure what makes it an archipelago.
Thank you, Mark.
But I didn't want to call it an island, and then my Tanzanian brother and sisters start coming for me.
Nah.
Because they will. They'll be like, Dada, incorrect.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
But it's an archipelago, and we have to take the ferry.
Okay.
And so we get on the ferry and we go out that way, and then there's our harvesters out there. And so it depends. The sea moss can be deep, sea moss can be surface. It all depends on the tide. And yeah, we get on boats, and I've showcased some of that on my Instagram.
That's why I asked the question.
Yeah.
Definitely. That's exactly why I asked the question.
It's fun. It's really fun.
It seemed like I'll tell you this, man. Watching, make sure y'all go tap in with our Instagram, because like I was getting lost between the 2 pages, between your personal and your business page, because once again, being Black here in America, man, we have been fed all these false and these misconceptions of what Africa is like and things of that nature. You know what I mean? And it's a problem of our own to not do our own research. But watching your Instagram, I mean, you get up close and personal through somebody else's point of view, and it's like, I mean, the water looks phenomenal.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it got me riled up. I'm like, man, I need to take my black ass to Africa or something. You know what I mean? Because, hey, man, it just, Mark, bro, y'all can go down to Mexico, bro, and kick it with grandma and grandpa now. We lack that in our community, unfortunately.
And we don't have to anymore. With as much money as we spend, we need to spend it on these plane tickets, and we need to go see where we come from. We need to go see the missing puzzle piece.
That's right. Because I'm missing, goddamn me.
It is, and it shows.
Right.
Honestly, African Americans as a people, we look like people who don't know our roots.
Yeah.
We look like people who had to create something.
Yes, ma'am.
And I'm so proud of us for doing that.
Right.
We don't have to live in that resilience of, I got it out the mud and I got it out in the cotton fields.
Right.
And we can be like, you know what? Let's go back deeper when we were kings and we were queens. And let's tap into that. So when I'm wearing my wraps and my Dada dresses and all that, it is an appropriation. We don't have to appropriate African heritage anymore. We really are that.
That's right.
The sun, the moon, all that, it resonates over there. I feel so connected, even with the language.
That's what I'm talking about. See, and that's what, and I truly feel like as Black folks, that's what we missing. Like the things that you're talking about, we just missing those key properties that other races are keen to. They can do that. Like they can look to their ancestors for guidance and, history lessons. All we have and all we've been fed is the cotton field. A lot of our records have been destroyed and, misplaced or what have you.
Yeah.
I mean, but it's so beautiful, though, to hear you talk about that because I believe that that's really important as well.
We don't have to be victims anymore.
Talk about it.
We don't have to carry the pain from so long ago. We can always think about it. We can always, reverence it. But if that's the thing that's holding us back, why keep doing it? Mm-hmm. I believe strongly about that. And I've had my time of marching and protesting and, it's like, let that be gone but never forgotten.
You want to know what's crazy? To hear somebody else say that is, it's beautiful because I always have felt that way.
Yes.
Where it's like the marching, don't get me wrong. Our grandparents, they had to do what they had to do. You know what I mean? It was a different time and they really had to do that.
Yep.
But for me, I've always felt that way. It's like, there's nothing wrong with marching and protesting, but for me, I want to do something different. If it was on me, I would do it differently. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And it goes back to that. It was like, man, fuck all that, just screaming and yelling and marching and begging for help. Like, let's do for us. Like,
there was a time for it.
There was I like that.
There was a time for it.
Yeah.
But I'm sure the people who have got us all riled up, they would love to see us stuck in that same cycle. So let's break that cycle.
Yeah.
And be about our business.
Mm-hmm.
And start to put our Black dollars elsewhere.
Because, boy, we spend it, don't we?
Woo.
What would everybody be without our money? Goddamn, as poor as they say we is and impoverished as they say we are. Boy, that Black dollar, boy, that thing gets... Matter of fact, look, you living in an impoverished neighborhood somewhere, you know what I mean? Look out your front door. I bet you all the businesses, ain't none of them Black owned, but every immigrant that come off the boat, they can get a business right in the hood. And they can set up shop, can't even speak English.
And I think it's just being willing to take that chance when you come from a different place.
I like that.
I think we respond so negatively to the unfamiliar sometimes, or we just don't see old cobwebs. And so as a people, we really have to just adjust our mindset and be like, I'm going to make change happen by any means necessary. Yeah. And that's why it doesn't matter if I'm in Tanzania or I'm back in my homeland. I'm going to put in that work. I'm going to do whatever it takes to continue on this purpose journey.
And then what things have you brought back from Tanzania, that you employ into your life nowadays?
Kicking down every obstacle.
Talk about it.
They are hustlers.
Yeah.
But they also work kidogo, which means they work slowly.
Okay.
Because they understand burnout.
Okay.
And so I think this is why we're the missing puzzle piece from each other.
That's right.
Because I think that they could use their minds more. And, us as Black folks over here, we have made so many technological advancements. Yeah. And I'm so proud of us. But that's why we need each other, because they physically work really hard. And then they take it slow. But we've got all these advancements here. And so anyways, I've brought just over that mindset of it kind of doesn't matter how much labor I have to do physically, I'm going to get it done. They will rig, and that's where we get it from. Jimmy rigging, that's what we call it, right? Yeah, okay. They will rig anything to make it happen. Right. I've seen a horse on a motorcycle.
Lord. You said a horse on a motorcycle?
Or was it a donkey?
It was a donkey. It better have been a damn donkey.
I think it was a donkey, but it was huge. It was
regardless. Didn't belong on a motorcycle.
I've seen a fridge, literally a 6-foot fridge on the back of a motorcycle being transported. They weren't I have to wait till I can rent the U-Haul, and U-Haul's not open and all. They got that fridge where it needed to go. So
That's right.
here it's like I do whatever it takes. Get it done. I don't care about how it looks.
Yeah.
That's the thing. They don't care about how it looks. They get it done. Now, some of that stuff is unsafe.
Yeah.
But I do love their tenacity and their go-getiveness. And that's something I've brought back in my personal life and my business.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, Mark, do you feel the same about your Latino, you know what I mean, compadre still on the other side of the border? Because, you know, y'all hustlers, and we know how hard y'all work. And to us, it seems like the individuals coming to America, they work a little harder. You know, they own their business. Would you agree in the Latino community with that sentiment?
I like to think it's the same on both sides, to be honest.
Okay.
I think the workforce is going to be the same either way. Okay. I mean, obviously, those of us with, you know, let's just say, for instance, better education are getting, you know, better jobs, just for instance.
Right.
But those who still work manual labor are going to work the same as if they were still, you know, from the homeland or not.
I hear that. It's in your essence is basically what you're getting at.
I agree. You can't, like, you can, like, I'm trying to think if I say it, like, I'm trying to think, what's a good way to say it? It's kind of like one of those, like, you can take the worker out of the field, but you can't, like, take the
I feel that. And no, the reason why I asked you that, bro, because that goes along to what she's saying in regards to just that disconnect that we have with our homeland. You know what I mean? It's that missing piece. And if we all tapped into that, maybe we wouldn't have certain ailments that we have in our community because we'd be tapped into. Because like you just said, you can't take that away from y'all because it's so etched in who y'all are. Yeah. Us, I mean, hell, we work hard, though. That's a damn show. Goddamn, you pull out your movie history book. We've been working hard, but it's so missing.
It speaks to the country then more so than the nationality or the separatism within the skin color.
Right.
It's the nation that promotes this working hard. So that's why America is my hometown, but it's not my home anymore.
I hear that.
In seeking to become, you know, like a resident of Tanzania, truly, it aligns with my sentiments about life more.
I hear that.
I really don't believe in consumerism like I did once before.
Right.
I don't believe in having all these things anymore. Like I really just want to wake up, see my family, and be happy.
Yeah.
That's the real luxury, and not having to pay so much to live.
Right. I need to travel, bro. That's what I need to do. Because every time I talk to somebody who can travel, you know what I mean? It's just this different mindset. That, like, listening to you speak this whole time, like, you truly seem like a person who is on their healing journey. And, like, you're just shedding all of those things we've been taught here.
Conditioning. This isn't natural.
Okay.
And this is conditioning that can be uninstalled and then the new downloads can be deposited. Yeah. I'm telling you, my brain was going through it when I was in Tanzania and I was interacting with the people and I was talking to Americans where I'm like, I know what you're saying is true, but my brain is like it's glitching because all I've ever known is this.
Right.
All I've ever known is wake up and get to it and grind. Wake up thinking about money.
Yeah. Sound like me, shit.
Even people with money wake up thinking about money.
I think they think about it more than we do.
What's the point of having the money?
Yeah.
If you are not waking up to think about your family. So I think that it can be obtained here or attained here, but like I know it'll be easier that way. And I'm not into just putting myself through it if I don't got to.
Yeah.
And I love that my parents have laid that blueprint. And I think they've not just laid it out for me, but for other people who I end up being connected with to explore over there. We've had friends and family come out that way and they're like, dog, I'm moving. And they have.
Yeah.
They really made that journey and are now on their pursuit to come to the motherland.
Shout out Mama and Pops for being, I love that, you know what I'm saying? Because I love my mom and daddy too.
I love them.
Too much. But for me, that is so beautiful. And I want to continue to give y'all blessings, Mom and Pops, because she said it earlier. Y'all are trailblazers in that. You know what I mean? Because a lot of us don't have that story of our parents, you know, setting everything in motion. You know what I mean? Because that's big. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure did Mom and Pops know they was going, you know, as you got older, was it already talked about in the house? Like, look, when you get old enough, we out of here.
No, they were on their journey as well.
Gotcha.
But everybody told them. Okay, so whenever I told my friends and family that my parents were going to Africa, because what happened was they went on vacation.
Okay, right.
They went on vacation for 30 days, came back.
To Tanzania?
Yeah.
Okay.
They were supposed to go to another country, COVID. It was that year.
that year, I'm telling you.
Literally. And then boom, my mom was like, hey, Dad's going to come back. I'm not coming back for a minute. I love y'all. Oh. And then my dad was like, Santa, you better get back over there and say bye to your kids. And she was like, okay, fine. And then they did it the right way because what they found over there was so beautiful. And then, she decided to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was like that for her.
That is beautiful. Shout out, Miles. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
And so whenever people found out about them leaving, they were like, sounds like the Blakeys. Like, sounds like your parents. Makes sense.
Shout out to the Blakeys. You know what I mean? Shout out to the Blakeys. You know what I mean? Because if they the pioneers getting everybody to go over to Tanzania and to, all the other countries that, occupy Africa, so be it.
But there's so many people before them, and that's why it's like a journey. They saw the members from the Black Panther Party. They lived over there for years. There's been African Americans over there. Now the community is small, but it is growing.
Okay.
Drake Taylor is out west in Ghana making things happen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Tim Ford and his wife, Siobhan, they're doing excellent things for like even the holistic industry out there in Tanzania. I don't know what's going on, but even in Africa, they still don't know all that they have over there either. They're still tapping into Westernized medicine and the way of living and the way of dressing. They're trying to adapt what we have. And I'm like, chill out.
Wait.
Y'all got the good stuff. Don't corrupt your country.
And man, you want to know what? Me being with history and social studies being my favorite subject, you know what I mean? I'm always, like something that always latched on to me is what you just spoke to about Africa being basically, and now y'all can come at me if I'm wrong, but through my extensive research, it has the most natural resources on the planet. And I'm just saying natural stuff.
It's huge. Cobalt.
Yes.
Gold, cocoa.
Yes.
Man.
And all the other countries over there getting money out of Africa.
They are. Listen, there are white folks over in Africa right now.
Yeah.
Making it happen. With their dollar. We need to do the same.
They damn sure do, because I ain't gonna lie to you. If I was over there and I ran into them, I'm gonna ask. I'm like, man, what the fuck you doing over here? Right. I'm gonna ask.
You can't be mad at them.
No, you're right. I can't be. No, you're right.
You can't be mad at them. I'm sorry. You could choose to, but I chose not to be mad.
Right, you chose.
I chose to say, you know what? I see y'all, and I feel obligated now to connect. Because why am I not connecting?
That's right.
Why am I not choosing to be over here? Mm-hmm. What's the reason why? And then it all kind of made sense of like, oh, I've been distracted. Mm-hmm. I've been conditioned not to want to come over here. I've been told not to come over here.
Right.
Yeah.
And you say there is an African American community over there, though.
Absolutely.
So it's like a little suburb we got going on. I need to know, so when I get my ticket, I know where to be at and where to go. Yeah, it's a little pocket where we at.
So you do have neighborhoods where like majority of like the diasporans we reside, but we integrate with the locals. Like right next to us, there's a lady, an older lady, and her like grandkids. She lives in a hut right next to our home, our gated home. So it's a combination. Like we're not super divided.
Right.
The disparity's crazy, but everybody's a community. Mm-hmm. And so there is like there are functions. My parents, they open a lounge over in Tanzania.
Hey, well, mom and pop's over there making it happen.
Called Eminence Lounge.
Hey.
Yeah. It was the first like it's kind of like, it was westernized for sure, but it was for the diplomats and, just like the dignitaries of East Africa, and everyone's welcome, but a lot of Americans hung out there.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like. Man, listen, Tanzania, look, y'all may just have y'all a new resident, you know what I mean? John may just come over there and see what the fuss is about. I'm going to put my pride aside because, listen, I'm going to be a real tourist when I go over there. I want to just walk through, act like I ain't never seen nothing.
Listen, what I'm giving you is only a snippet, man.
That's right.
It's only a snippet.
But you say it's hoods over there too, huh?
Definitely.
Because that's me. Yeah. That's me. I like to be.
We got the cities where you don't go, you don't slide to.
Yeah. I'm weird in that way. I'm not going to lie to you, Mark. Everywhere I go, I got to go to the hood. I don't know what it is about me. I always got to go to the hood.
It's different, though. Okay. So there's no guns.
Right. Oh, no. They over there chopping shit up.
No.
Machete.
What I do love, though, is that, like, you can be partying until 7 a.m. and not a fight has happened. The whole night. And people can start fighting in the club, but no one's going to start shooting. And so the fight breaks out over there, and I'm just, like, still living my best life because I'm like, it's not coming my way with no bullets flying, See,
I can do that. I can handle that.
It's so nice. It's very free. It's very freeing in the mind, too, to not have to worry about that violence. And that is not every country in Africa.
Right.
Tanzania, Dar es Salaam specific.
And I'll say this, man. I'm sure every place got they flaws, and every place got the pros. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody perfect. Hey, especially I can't be no American trying to talk about nobody's country. I tell you that with all the shit we got going on around here.
It's so hard. I have to be pretty particular.
I heard that.
Yeah,
I heard that. Mark, you done stood up. Goddamn me, your left ass cheek hurting. That's what's going on. I know, brother. I know. What how we doing, Mark? How we looking? This didn't feel like an hour, has it?
No.
Is this your first podcast, first interview?
No.
Damn it. I want to be the first.
It is my first in-person one, though.
Okay, got you.
Yeah, this is lovely. I love it.
Sorry, I just get in my bag, I'll be feeling good about myself. Now, another question I want to ask you is this. When it comes to shipping.
Yes.
How quickly does it ship? I put my order in, how quickly you going to get it to my doorstep?
2 to 4 business days.
2 to 4.
I mean, when I see it, if we can get it out, I mean, it's happening right there. If it can come earlier, a lot of people just report that shipping's fast.
Okay.
And so I definitely don't like to overpromise, and 2 to 4 days is like the longest it'll take.
Right. Mm-hmm. And then if I can buy in bulk, right?
Definitely.
And if I buy in bulk, and you said freeze it, I was reading up on your platform. Yeah. When I freeze it, give me the instructions on how, if I'm going to freeze it and put it in the freezer, how should I do it?
Yeah, take a couple scoops off the top and then freeze it so it can have room to expand. And yeah, it can store for 6 months. Yep, and that's the fruit flavor gels. Honestly, sea moss is gonna be good in your freezer for quite a while. Now,
so you gave me 2 haters. So you gave me 2. Should I put one in the freezer? Because I'm gonna do mine every day. I'm gonna start my process. Should I put one in the freezer, or is that enough to where I can just leave it in the refrigerator?
So they're vacuum sealed. So even before you open it, though, it should be refrigerated.
Okay.
And that shelf life is the same.
Okay,
so
gotcha.
From the time you receive it, there's like a blend date at the bottom. You'll see 3 to 4 weeks from then.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, some people like to take both flavors. They like to switch it up. So if you feel like, or you have someone else in your home, you guys can both eat from those jars, and it's per person. Mm-hmm.
Well, there's nobody there, and can't nobody come over and get none either. I'm treating this like Thanksgiving food. Get your own leftovers. You know what I mean? Don't.
Just send them the link with your personal coupon code.
There you go. Whoa!
I'll send to you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. We'll make it happen.
That's what I'm talking about. See, and first and foremost, I want to say this. Once again, I appreciate you coming on.
Yeah.
This has been a lovely episode. I'm so glad you got to give your testimony and also, be a healer, if you will. A lot of people in our community and other communities from all walks of life, we going through so much as far as illnesses and, medication that don't work and all of that. I'm just so happy that, the Most High has brought us to this point where, I can help push, your healing and, your product further along, because, it's what's needed, man, because the older we get, we realizing that the materialistic things are minuscule, you know what I mean? And health is wealth.
Yes.
And it took me a minute, being a former athlete, you think I'm healthy, man, I ain't. Health is wealth. You know what I mean? A lot of people in our community, we don't live that long, unfortunately. We dealing with diabetes and all the things that ail us. It's so beautiful seeing somebody in business, but your business is giving rather than taking from individuals. So
that's the purpose.
Yeah.
It's literally just to serve. So I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me.
Serve. I love that you said that. I'm on this little journey in life where I feel like we're supposed to be serving one another in some capacity. And that's what life is all about, because I can always take from everybody.
Taking gets old. Mm-hmm. Taking gets so old, because how much more can you consume? How much can you store up?
Right.
You can only store up so much, and you'll never you'll never be fulfilled. Mm-hmm. I think the less that I've had, the less clothes that I've had, and just the less I eat, even fasting. I live a fasted lifestyle, and it's not for show. Yeah. It makes me feel good.
I need to get in the fasting, man. But John be hungry, baby. I be hungry as hell.
It's got you. It's got you. The nutrients will literally make you feel whole. And I think that so many people have this pursuit of doing the right thing, but they don't have the tools.
Right.
But definitely, I know CMOS has been it for me. Just tapping into my faith has been a big thing for me. I credit all of where I am now and just trying and learning, trying and pursuing being the best version of myself. that's led me to CMOS, if I could put it in short.
That's what I'm talking about. I love to hear that. Now, before you get up out of here, please give them all your socials and website where they can get the product or get to you personally.
Yeah. Should I look at a camera and do it, or should I look at you?
Either or. It don't matter to me.
Okay.
It don't matter.
So you can find Blue Vital Tanzanian CMOS at bluevital.usa, bluevitalusa.com. We are on Amazon and Shopify. And yeah, I appreciate you guys just believing in Tanzania and CMOS. Thank you, John, for having me. This has been phenomenal.
It's been phenomenal. You heard what she said?
We just opened up.
Talk about it, please. Oh, yeah, please don't forget nothing. Oh, hell no. Because I would hate for you to watch the episode like, how the hell I forget this?
How did I forget? Oh, my goodness. We are now in Metro KC Fitness downtown.
Hey,
so
now.
our office is down there, so you can literally walk right in and place your order. We'll blend you up a fresh jar of CMOS. We'll be happy to get it to you right there on the spot. If it's not available, the flavor you want, you can come back later or the next day. So
I wanted to get you up out of here, but you put another thing on my plate.
My bad.
How did you come into that partnership or relationship
with Metro?
Yes.
Man, being on that journey, literally living my life. I came back from the States. My friend said, let's go to this art walk tonight. I'm like, yo, I don't want to go to the clubs. I'm so over it. Like, let's do something fun. She's like, let's go to this little vending, like street art walk down here. And not little, it's a very big thing. I'm sorry. But like in my head, I was just thinking, I want to try something new.
Right.
So excuse me for that. But we were walking and I saw Metro's tent. And I just was speaking, being friendly. And then Sarah, the director of all the Metros, she was like, hey, you should do a pop-up at our taco trot. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
And then that was my first pop-up. And so I made the little flyer for it, and it was like Blue Vital, and it was like Metro. And like, I feel like that was a manifestation because here we are a year later with an official partnership.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Like she said earlier.
Write it down, y'all.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about. And I think,
you can see it.
Yes, my favorite thing you said thus far is when you was mentioning not waiting.
Don't wait.
It's not until it's perfect. I had the analysis paralysis thing that they like to speak about. I enjoy that you said that because I've been guilty of it, and I think we all were. We like, no, I ain't gonna do it till you get right. No, just do it, bro. You never know.
Just do it. Yeah. Literally, just do it. I literally kick every single time I have a mental obstacle. I'm like, oh, I want to do this, but I don't have the money. Kick.
Yeah.
I don't need the money. I got favor. I don't need money. I got resources.
That's right. That's what I'm talking about. Be like the guy in Tanzania on the motorcycle with the fridge on the back.
Or the donkey or the horse.
Or the donkey or the horse. I will
confirm that.
Which
one it was. I'll send you the video. I'll send you. I got the proof. I got the proof. I'm not kidding.
Yeah, it was on there. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to you, sir. I don't know who you are, and I hope one day we cross paths so I can talk to you about how did you get the horse to stay still, brother? Yeah. Like, how did you get the horse to trust you?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Sedate him. Some CMOS? No, not CMOS.
I'm finna say, don't you do that. You know what I mean? Yeah, it could be. Can animals take CMOS? Is that a thing or not? I know that's a facetious question, y'all.
I don't know. Okay. But babies can take it. Babies can take it. Pregnant women can take it. Yeah. Grandmas, grandpas, everybody.
Now, look, I'm going to tell y'all right now, y'all, for everybody in my family, that might be y'all gifts for this year.
Absolutely.
For Christmas.
We got a 12-pack.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to get with her. That may, because I want my family to be healthy too. You know what I'm saying? I want us all on a health journey. You know what I mean? That may be everybody's Christmas gift. And, you're going to love it. You know what I mean? Don't try to be like, John, I wanted to. This is for your life.
They'll love it.
Okay. What you got, Mark? What you got, player?
I said, you might regret giving it to Grandpa because then him and Grandma are going to start going at it again.
You right. No, you right. Damn that. Mom and Daddy too.
That's one.
You want to know what's crazy? Now, look, we supposed to get up out of here, y'all.
I'm sorry.
My grandfather who passed away, shout out Uncle, my grandpa Nate. I have an uncle younger than me, bro.
Yeah.
My grandpa was a pimp. He was a player. You be think I'll be playing every episode. I have an uncle, y'all, who's younger than me, bro. Yeah. Grandpa didn't play that, man. Grandpa was real live, you know what I'm saying?
Smooth, slick talker.
That's
where you get it from.
Absolutely. Shout out to my granddad. I miss you, Big Nate. You know what I'm saying? I'm down here pimping in your name. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, before y'all keep talking to me, because y'all know I'll never end, okay? Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share. Hit the notification bell. Make sure y'all get on Amazon, Shopify right now. You ain't got to wait. Go on, put your order in. You can buy it in bulk. There should be no excuse about your health, man. Health is wealth. It's been another excellent episode of the I-70 Podcast. I'm your boy, Jonathan Little, a.k.a. John, St. Louis finest. My dog, Marky Mark, back there on the ones and twos. And we out.